These are our corn husks, our hojas de tamales. And what I'm doing right here is that I'm putting them in hot water so that way by the time our dough is ready and our meat is ready cooked, these are going to be nice and soft, okay? So this is the type of meat we're going to be using today. It's pork butt with bone. We usually use this kind of meat because it's a little bit, makes the tamales a little bit more tender and juicy and just all deliciousness. If you use the other type of meat that's a little bit drier, the tamales are going to be drier, and you don't want a dry tamale. You want a nice juicy one, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the package, and then I'm going to go rinse it out, and I'm going to put it in my crock pot, and then I'm going to, it's my Instant Pot, sorry. Then I'm going to put some bay leaves, garlic, salt, and a little bit of cumin, okay? I've just filled the Instant Pot with water, and I put my pork butt in there. I put the garlic heads, you can see, whole heads, doesn't matter, don't worry about that. And I'm going to put in 4 bay leaves and a little bit of salt on top. And that's up to your taste, okay? Then I'm going to put a little bit of cumin. And it's just to give it a little bit extra flavor for when we cook it, okay? Okay guys, so now we're going to be making a dough, and for that we're going to put all our dry ingredients, and let me let you know that sometimes I kind of cheat because I want to get it fresh and I don't want to do all this crazy stuff. So I got the dough from a tortilleria, which is where they make tortillas, and I asked for the dough to make tortillas. They have 2 different kinds. They have the ones to make tamales, but it's a little bit more denser, and they don't come off as soft and fluffy as I like them, and as my mom's recipe goes. So we would ask for the one for tortillas. But one of the things that you have to be aware of is that it's 1 pound of masa, of dough, for 1 pound of ingredients to stuff them with, okay? So if we have 6 pounds of pork butt, you're gonna need 6 pounds of dough, all right? So first of all, we're gonna open up our masa, and it's gonna nixtamalizada. It's corn masa flour. This is made for tortillas, tamales, bizcochos, papusas, and gorditas. Amazing. All right, and I'm gonna put a little bit of the baking powder. So I kind of gave you how much you would have to put in there, but I'm like the old grandmother. Just put it in there because I already know. And put the salt in there. And remember, these tamales are not for the faint of heart. They are full of cholesterol, they are full of goodness and flavors. And if you're watching your weight, it's not for you. But these are mostly for holidays. This is the type of food that we make for holidays. So these are once a year that we make them, really. And that's why they're called my mom's Doña Berta's Norteño Tamales, because these are the ones that we originally made from her. This is her secret recipe. Not a lot of people know it. And now you're going to be in the secret. So we're going to have the lard. I know. A lot of people say, lard, what? Yes. That's why we think this is calorie free, low calorie. No, it's not. And I never said it was going to be, okay? So before we put in the water or the pepper in there to make it look pretty, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. So that the baking powder and the salt are in there. Okay, this is already room temperature. We're going to put 1 cup. I'm going to put it in there. Don't be scared of using your hands. Good gravy. Just make sure you wash them and now we put some water to boil because next step is the chiles. The chiles have to be boiled, and then after we boil them, we're gonna put them in the blender, and then we're gonna use a colander to take out the bigger pieces of it and just have the juice of the chile. Okay. All right. So now our peppers are done. We had to actually use another pot to put them in because they were not cooking where they were supposed to. So now they are boiled, and we are going to turn them off. All right. And we will be taking them out and putting them in here. So that way we can take out the top there. And so for some of you, well, this is going to be hard. It's hard for me sometimes. So you can either use some gum, or you can do like I'm doing, or you can let them cool off for a little bit and then do it, okay? So that's all basically you're going to be doing, taking out the top. Sometimes the seeds come out with it, and sometimes they don't. That one's still okay. I'm using this blender because I'm not at home, so we're going to be using this little one, and we're going to be putting it in, okay? Okay, so the leaves come in two sides, with two sides. One of them is a little rougher than the other one. You're going to use the rougher side, and you can feel it. And that's the side that you're going to use for the inside, because that's how the dough is going to stay on there. So this is the way I was taught, with a spoon. So this one's a little bit too big, so we're going to cut it into, whoops, maybe not. So we're going to cut some of them into half, and the ones that are ugly, don't worry about that. We'll be using that for the bottom and for the top. So this is the way I was taught, forever and ever. And it does take practice, so don't despair, because I know. So that's how I was taught. Now I have found these handy dandy tools, because of course I love watching YouTube and all this other stuff, and you can actually I got like 10 of these, white and pink. I got 10 of these for like $8 or $7. But you can go to Home Depot and you can basically get these tools, you know, you find them in the hardware stores or whatever. And so you probably see that is. Voila. Oops. Voila. And let's try it again. It's another one. Alright. Grab some from the top. Do your little corner. And see, there you are. You got it. Well, we don't want you to get steamed up. Okay. Put this to the side. And we're going to take the meat off. Yep. It is absolutely done. See, it's coming off the bowl. Remember, I specifically wanted one that has bone in it. Why? Because of the taste. So you're going to grab it and basically you're going to chop it up into pieces. So we're going to start putting some cumin in there. And it's to your taste. Okay? Then we're going to put a little bit of salt, because it has to be slightly saltier than normal, and that's just because when the steam comes in, the same thing with the dough, when the steam comes in, it's going to take all that, most of it away, and you're going to be left with no flavor. You want to have flavor in there. And then you're going to put your some of your red pepper in there. There we go. Alright, so I've got my filling in, and then that's done, and I've let it cool off a little bit because I don't want to be burning myself or you burning yourself, so let it cool for a little bit. And this is why I say to try and cook it the night before or the morning before. So you're gonna do them in the afternoon, the meat's already cooked and cooled off, and also that you can handle it. We've already shown that how we did the hojas or the corn husks, and this is done. I'm gonna grab some, a little something, could be a spoon or whatever you want, and be generous. These are for you. These are not for you to sell. Okay, these are for you, for your family. So you put some at the end, and when you put the dough, do not put it below like halfway, because otherwise you're not gonna be able to fold them. And like I said, be generous. You're gonna roll them, and put them down. Here we go. Be generous. Some filling in there. You don't want them to split out, so you're good like this, okay? We're going to put our tamales into steam, and we can use spoons, anything that's metal or whatever. Put it in the middle, and what we're going to do is, the ugly ones, the ones that broke down or whatever, put them at the bottom. And you fill it up, and if you don't have enough of that, then you take some of the good ones and put them all around. You fill it up. So you make it like a little triangle. Okay. And here you go. So you're going to be putting them inside, going around. It gets about halfway, a little bit over halfway. Okay? So now we're getting ready to put them in the pot. And we already fixed it up at the bottom. Make sure nothing touches the bottom. And because of the steam, we're going to have to put a little bit of water in there. And it's going to be the water that we actually use to cook the pork in. Because that's, the flavors are still there, and you want to use all that. So you're going to make like a little pyramid. And this is not the original pot that we're going to use, but unfortunately our other pot, the heating device does not work well, and we can't heat it up. And normally, if you do it on the stove top, it's going to take you 45 minutes to cook these, okay? No more than that, because otherwise they're going to explode. When you put them in your pot, do not have them get squeezed up too much. So if you press them in, they're going to open up and they're going to break, and they're not going to be cooked right. You don't want that. You don't want a soup. What you do want is them to be nice and whole and tender and super delicious. Well, we've got this covered up. I'm going to cover this up, with our leaves like this. So that the steam, it's going to be like a little teepee. That's fine. I mean, if I got the two big ones, I'm fine with that. But if not, I put all the other ones. Then I'm going to put the towel. So that doesn't go up. And I'm going to pour the water that we used to cook the pork. It's got all those wonderful flavors in it. So, and because this is a pot, we can't put a lot of water in it, like we would for a regular pot. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then we're gonna